Hello everyone, I am Francesco Reggiani. I'm a student at Python and R programming class at Dalarna University. And today I will present my final project for the Python part of the course. In this presentation, I will explain this project for managing youth hockey teams. The goal of this project, of this assignment, was to build an object-oriented program that lets a user register and administer teams for a hockey cup that we invented, of course. The program focuses only, as requested on the assignment, on the registration of teams and the data of this registration, not on the matches, results, or personal statistics. It must support creating, listing, updating, deleting, also canceling. We added a cancel with data, storing to file, as I said before, I think showing statistics and much more. Now we will see this later. So the first important thing to say is that I organized, as requested, based on the class order requested, the program into several Python files to keep the responsibilities clear, as I wrote in the final paper, uh, just like the assignment asked. So the program structure is this. As I said, I split the program into five main files that you see here. The team.py that represents one single hockey team. The cup.py that manages a collection of teams. We will see it later. The repository cup, repository.py that saves and loads teams from a txt file. We could choose between a txt file and a JSON file. I think I selected the .txt file because I found it more easy to do. The menu.py that provides the command line menu the user interacts with. One, I think, the most important and definitely one of the most difficult to do during this exercise. And last but not least, the last one, without this nothing would work, the main.py, that is the entry point that starts the menu. So let's start with the first one, the theme.py, representing one theme. So at first, we define team class. Each team represents one hockey team in the cup. The first thing I did was to import the date time, to create automatic dates because it was requested that almost every action we did was put with the date near. So the creation of a theme or the cancellation of it. A theme has exactly the properties required in the specification of the assignment. So we had, for example, an ID. You can see here that we privatized it with a double underscore, like in the precedent workshop work. A creation date, a name, a gender, boys or girls, a fee paid, requested with a boolean, so it will be true or false, paid or not paid. And because I wanted to do it at a BG level, I also added a cancellation date, canceled at. I did the same work that I did on the precedent workshop, so I will explain very briefly. I exposed the getters and the setter methods like get name and set name, or get fee paid, and so on. Then I also added two domain methods. The one is def cancel self date str that will assign a cancellation date as requested, and the second is def is cancelled that basically it returns true when the team has been cancelled. If not none, you see this reversed logical. This first method does not delete the team because I was not sure about whether if delete and cancel were meant to be the same thing. I split them because it was requested in the BG level. So with cancelled date str is here. This does not delete the team, but it just stores the cancellation date in a team object. The assignment said cancellation date in teams object, so I decided to store it there. And finally, at the bottom, at the end, the team.py, I added a helper function called the team from dict, this one here. And this is basically used when we load from a txt file. The repository first read like the plain dictionaries, the dictionary, and this function rebuilds a real team object from that dictionary, as I wrote here. Let me see. Let's move to the other file, the cap.py. In this cap.py, I created the cap class. This class is responsible for all teams at once. We define the cap class. This manages a collection of team objects. So with this cap.py, we can add, remove, update, cancel, search, and show the statistics. The cap stores a list of team objects. So we can do all the functions that I just said. The cap also stores an event fee. And you see it here, yeah. This is the global fee every team is supposed to pay. This is not the same because the assignment specified this. It's not the same as the team's Boolean fee paid. The fee in the cap is the amount, while the Boolean is the team is just thing that says if the team has paid or not. So the stats method in the cap counts the total number of teams, how many have paid, and I also added the percentage of those who paid. I did this using the AI provided by Visual Studio and also looking on the internet, of course, because I didn't know how to do this percentage thing, and also how many teams were canceled. This always to match the VG requirements, to show statistics, total terms, etc. At the end of the class, I added two helper methods, two lists of dicts here. We convert all team objects into dictionaries, and the load from dicts to rebuild the internal list of teams after loading from file. Let's move to the third file, the repository.py. So originally, I made a repository that could save and load. But when I tried to run the program, I noticed this problem, a small mistake. Every time we restarted the program, the ED counter went back to 1. So it was possible to create a new team using an ID that already existed. For example, I had two teams with different names, but the same ID. And this was extremely disorganized, that couldn't work. I fixed this like this. So now when we load from txt file, we don't just read the teams. We also look for the highest ID in the file using this. You see, I from there exactly. And we set self dot next ID equal max ID plus 1. This is how I fixed it. This way, the next time the user adds a theme, it will get an ID that is higher than all existing themes, while before it didn't do this. Now ID collision and like the same IDs doesn't happen anymore. The repository uses only a .txt file because the assignment to choose between a JSON and a TXT file. I chose the TXT because it is very simple. One header line, and every line is like you see it here, ID, name, gender, free paid, separated by those vertical lines. I use this in almost every separation to make it clearer and in order. So as I wrote in the project report, what we could say are the responsibilities of this repository. I say to create the data folder if it doesn't exist, to save all themes to themes.txt text, load all themes from themes.txt, and after loading them, to update the ID counter so ID stays unique across runs. The thing we did here with the ID management. Moving to the menu.py, the most important, the user interface. The user cannot talk directly to team or cap or repository. The only thing that shows on the terminal is the menu. In menu.py, so I created a menu class. From cap, we imported cap. From repository, import repository. From team, import team. And we import always data time to have a data. So as I said, we created a menu class. This creates a repository, creates a cap, and loads all the existing teams from the repository. And this also enters a loop that shows the menu. This is what we do always when we want to create a menu. We create a loop, in this case, a while loop. The menu options, as we can clearly see, are One, to add a new team, view team by ID, list all boys, girls, update a team, delete a team. You see, I separated them, delete a team or cancel a team. Show statistics, search the team by name, filter by payment status, or clicking zero to just exit. We gave the choice, we created an input to choose between those things. After doing all this, every time the user changes the data, update, delete, or cancel, the menu calls an autosave method. This was also requested, I think, to remember for the VG level. So this autosave methods allows to tell, just like it tells the repository to save the current list of teams. And this is how I implemented autosave after change. Here, I couldn't find it. Where I did it. It's not here. What more can I say? We also show the cancel team in the list. There was another small detail. Yeah, the small thing that I changed, I improved because when I tried to run the program, I noticed that there was another small problem. When I canceled the program, when I asked to the menu to list all the teams, the cancel team was still there in the list, and that is correct, but it clearly didn't say that the team had been cancelled. So in the listing part, for the example in list teams here, yeah, I changed this small part. Now, if it's cancelled, it will print also cancelled with a wait also, as requested. Okay, here there are all the other functions. I don't think it's necessary to repeat them how we created them. So function to update, delete, cancel, show statistics, search by name, filter payment, etc., etc. So let's move directly to the last one, the main.py starting point. Finally, in my main.py, I only create the menu. From menu, we import the menu class. That is what the user sees. I create an instance, I call run, and then I just wrap it in. If main equals main, and we call the function. This because the assignment clearly said that only the main program should start the interface. Okay, I think I've said everything about how I programmed this program, why I did the things that I did. I explained the correlations, the responsibilities, correlation between classes. Now we have to try to see if the program runs and works as is intended to do. So this time we won't use the Visual Studio terminal because it's requested to start with typing main. So we will just go straight to our file. Here is our folder. I will open directly to the terminal like this. Here we go. So this is my final project. So what we do is type Python 3 main.py. And here we go. This is the menu that presents to ourselves. So let's just add a new team. We will add 4 teams. Choose one. The first team name is Falun. They are a boys team. Has the team be paid? Yes. Okay, let's add another team. Choose one. Team's name will be Borland. They are a girls team. Has the team been paid? Yes. Another team. This team will be Lazio. They are boys. Has the team been paid? No. And one last team. This time will be Roma. There are girls team. Has been paid? Yes. Okay. Now we can view team by ID. So let's type 2. I want to see the Burman team. So I will type the 2. And yeah, here was. We see name Burman, the gender of the team, the payment status, the date when it was created, and it says cancel none because it's not being canceled. We can also list and see all the teams, the boys or the girls. So let's just prove it. I want to see all So I write all, and it show me all the teams and their payment status. But if I want to see only the boys, I can do this, and it shows me only the boys teams that are Falion team and Lazio with their payment status. But now I want to see only the girls team, so I write girls, and it shows me the Borlang girls team, the Roma girls team, along with their payment status. Okay, this is working. Let's change it. Let's assume that I was mistaken, and I want to change the Borlang team, and I made that they actually paid, and they did not pay the fee. So what do I do is update, type 4 to update a team. The team ID is 2. And I don't want to change the name, so I leave it empty. I don't even want to change the gender. I want to change this. They have not paid, so I will type M. Now let's see if the updates work. I list all, and here you see the Borlang payment status has changed. Now it's false. That's not anymore true. Let's now delete the Borlang team. So I will choose 5. I type 5, enter team ID to delete 2. Okay, let's see if it works. No more Borlang team. Still, there is no more. It's been eliminated. Is what I say, deleted, not cancelled, because what if I want to cancel a team? Two different things, because this is what I understood that had to be done for the VG level on the assignment. So I want to cancel a team. I want to cancel the Roma team. So I type 4, cancellation date, year, month is, and the date. Okay, it says invalid format. Why? Because I didn't write good the year. See, for this reason, it says invalid format. Let's do it again. We want to cancel a team. And team ID we wanted to cancel is 4, 5, 11, 05. Fine, enter cancellation date. This was the date. The team was successfully cancelled. Let's see if it's been cancelled. So when we thanks to the modified that applied later, when we list all, we will still see Roma team, so it's not being deleted, but there will be this right here that says that it's been cancelled, and it really shows the date or where the program has been cancelled. We can also show statistics. I choose 7, and it says the total teams are not 3. The teams that paid are 2, and it also shows the percentage of how many teams paid. Cancel teams 1, and the participation fee. I forgot to say this while I was programming, but I said that the participation fee is 500 euros. And the assignment also asked where to put this information. I chose 500 because it's usually the standard fee that we make to pay in my home country when we want to participate to a tournament. This was the statistic. I can also search by the name, enter name or part of it. I want to see the following thing. Yeah, and in fact, it shows us. I only made it that it shows us the name of the team and the ID, so we can now see the details in the statistics by viewing the team by the ID, not straight from the name. So this also worked. And finally, the payment, filter by payment status. We want to see only the ones who did not pay. So we write unpaid, and it shows that the only team that has not paid is the Lazio, unpaid. While the ones that paid, we type paid, are the Falion team and the Roma team. Borlang was deleted, as you remember. Okay, that's all. Thanks for your attention. This was the program to manage the tournament. Thanks for the course and for your attention, and goodbye.